Hello, welcome once again to my channel, Mom Motivation. This is Ashley Roberts, your number one mom motivator, or as I like to call myself, Momtivator. Please do subscribe, like, and share our videos. And also don't forget to leave a comment as we would like to read from you. Today I have a very interesting topic that I'll be discussing. It's something that I've talked about in my previous videos, and that is planning. I've always said that planning is a major solution to mom burnout or overwhelm. You cannot achieve your goal as a mom if you are not a great planner. You have to be able to know how to plan and know how to not just planning, having an effective plan and knowing how to initiate that plan to serve the purpose. So today I'll be talking about developing an effective plan as a mom. How can you build a plan? How can you plan and how can you make it effective? That is what I'll be dealing on today. And the number one way of planning is you must have a goal. Imagine footballers playing in a soccer field without a goal. What will be the aim? The whole aim of playing in a soccer field is to put in a goal in your opponent's goal post. So before you can plan, there must be a goal. What is that goal? Something you intend to achieve, a focal point. So for each plan you're making, you must clearly define your goal. I talked about that pretty much in my last video. I said, what are the plans you can develop? You can develop a plan for your children's bedtime. You can have a bedtime plan. You can have a meal plan. You can have getting ready for school plan. You can have holiday plan. You can have a plan for everything that happens in your home. Plan every aspect of your home from morning, afternoon, night, up till bedtime. So for each plan, there is a goal. What is the goal in the morning? To be able to get ready for school, get ready for work, do whatever thing you know you want to do in the morning. That's the morning plan. Then you can have the noon plan. You can have the evening or night plan. You must be able to clearly define what the goals are. So you should be able to clearly define what you intend to achieve with that plan you're making. That is the goal. Why do you want to make that plan? What is the goal of that plan? And what is that goal serving? What is the resultant effect of that goal when you set that plan into action? Then the next thing you want to do to set up an effective plan is analysis. I always talk about analysis. If you are not a critical thinker as a mom, you're going to have it's going to be very difficult to achieve much. You're just going to be running round and round in circle, busy, but achieving very little. Have you seen those moms that they are busy from morning till night, walking up and down? They're always working, but at the end of the day, they have very little or minimal result. So as a mom, you must be able to analyze the working of your home structure. The way I will make my morning plan will be different from the way another mom will make their morning plan, because the nomenclature or the structure of our home is different. What are the nomenclature of your home? The ages of your children, the nature of your children. People with special needs children cannot make the same plan with people that have their kids and that does not have special needs. Do you understand what I mean? People with older kids cannot make the same plan. You cannot have the same plan with people with very young kids. People with kids between 8 years, 9 years, 10 years cannot have the same plan with the same person that with people that have toddlers. You know, maybe you have like 4-year-old, 2-year-old and still have a baby you're carrying. Your plan is never gonna be the same. So you need to understand the definition or the structural makeup of your home. Analyze it critically. You're analyzing also Is there anyone that has allergy? Let's say you're making a meal plan. You're looking at, is any child allergic to anything? What are the things I need to get? A mom that has children with different allergies cannot make the same plan as a mom that their children can eat anything and they're okay. So then assistants, people that have, let's say you have a nanny, you have a maid, and people that help you, your plan can never be the same as a mom who doesn't have anyone helping her, that is just her by herself, or her and her spouse trying to get the kids ready. So these are the things you need to do before you set up a plan. Understand the structure of your home, analyze it, and know what is suitable for you. The number 3 thing you want to do, which a lot of people don't think is necessary, but I tell you that is one of the greatest things you can do for yourself. Write down your plan. Always write down the plan. This is what I want to do. I want to develop a meal plan. I want to develop school plan. I want to develop holiday plan. I want to develop a bedtime plan. Write it down and then write out the problems that you envisage. What are the likely problems that may arise from this venture that I want to go into? It's like carrying out a feasibility study. The way you handle your business is also the way you can apply it to your home. Why do you think a lot of some moms run their businesses successfully, but their home front is a mess? Because they put more structure into their business, but they don't put the same structure into their home. They think the home is just where you can let down your head. Yes, the home is where you can let down your head, but it doesn't kill you to put a little routine or system into your home so that it can run effectively. So if you write down business plan, if you jot down things while you're at work, you can also jot down things about your home and know how you can effectively run those things. So writing is key. Get a journal where you write down things for your home, or you can have a notepad from your phone where you can jot it, or like you can do most of the things that I want to do urgently, that I want to jot down and I'm not close to my journal. I send it to myself on WhatsApp. Yes, I'm very active on WhatsApp. So I saved my number on my phone, and my WhatsApp number is my emergency notepad. I text myself there, and ideas that come to me, I just put it down there. You've got to learn how to write things down. It's very key. Number 4 thing you will want to do if you're to develop an effective plan is to identify the key players in the plan. Who are the people involved in the plan? If your spouse is involved, write down your spouse, your children, you need help, of course, yourself. Write down the key players, write down the key factors. That's immaterial things that are involved. Maybe you will need a car, maybe you will need to buy food stuff, maybe you will need to buy an alarm, you will need to buy whatever thing you need to buy. Identify those key players, both human factor and material factor, and put them down and find out what role each of those human beings or factors will play in that plan. That is one thing you need to do, because if you do not identify the key factors or key players in the plan, you will not be able to effectively develop that plan. Then the 5th thing you want to do is time everything. You see, timing is everything. This is where most moms get it all wrong. They do not time everything. When you time box or timeline everything, it becomes effective. Remember when they're talking about goals and they say set SMART goals, the T in the SMART is time. You need to be able to set time for your plan, because if there is no timeline for whatever thing you are doing, you are setting yourself up for failure. You need to put everything within a timeline, within a time box. This is what I want to do. Between this time and this time, this is what I want to do. It's like, let's say you're setting up a bedtime routine. You will not just say, get the kids to bed on time. What do you mean on time? What is on time? On time could be 10 p.m. On time could be 12 It could be level. What is the time? Maybe let's say you are not there to put them to bed, maybe because of work structure or your shift, the time shift you're working, and someone has to put them to bed, and you say make sure the kids sleep early. What is early? There is no definition of early. So you want to say something like, make sure the kids are in bed by 8 p.m. Do you see that? That is a time box. That is a time frame. And you will want to start calling at 7 p.m. If you're not there, remember to get the kids to bed by 8 p.m. By 7:30, I hope the kids have showered and their pajamas. Remember, by 8 p.m., they should be in bed. Do you understand? So you have to time everything for your plan to work. You cannot plan effectively if you're not putting a timeline in whatever thing you're doing. Don't just assume people understand the timing in your head, or you just assume they have a vague timing. If you're setting up a routine for dinner, for your family, for meal plan, you should also have time for dinner. Between 8 p.m. we should have eaten, or by 7 p.m. dinner should have been ready so that we can eat. So for you to develop an effective plan, there must be a time frame. Then the next thing you will want to do is to sit down and have a discussion with all the parties involved. You cannot carry out an effective plan except if it's just the plan that affects only you. If it's a plan that has to do with your family, it's going to affect your children, it's going to affect your husband, it's going to affect the people you live with, it's going to affect maybe your nannies or your help or whoever, your parents. You have to sit down and have that conversation with them. This is what I want to do. I want us to change the way we do things in the house. I want us to set up a bedtime routine for the children. I want to set up a morning routine for the kids getting ready for school. I want to set up a holiday routine since the kids are at home. These are things you will sit down and have that discussion. And you cannot have this discussion if you don't have a plan. You should be able to tell them, from this time to this time, this is what we're going to do. And these are the things that I've put in place so that this is achievable. You should have done the background work before bringing this discussion up. So you would have told them, this is what I plan to do for the kids' bedtime. This is what I intend for us to do at this point in time. Say one of the things that make them go to bed on time is eating late. Because maybe when you come back from work, that's when you want to start making dinner, and because you had already failed to make a meal plan, you had thought about 4 different things you would cook, and you still did not succeed because one item or the other that you needed to make that meal is missing. And then the kids are still waiting for their meal by 9:30 p.m. And now you're telling them you want to set up bedtime by 8 p.m. You see why that plan is going to fail. It's not going to work because you tell them it's bedtime and they're telling you, but we've not eaten. You see, you're the one failing. So these are part of the things I said. You should identify those impediments that has been causing you not to achieve the goal you want to achieve. Mitigate them first in your plan so that as you're presenting it to the people, you're saying, this is the problem. This is why we have not been, the kids have been going to bed late. And these are the things I've put in place to mitigate them so that they can go to bed on time. And then you wait and receive the feedback from them. Oh, we're not able to do this. I think this will not work because of this. Take note of those feedback. If there are things you've thought about and you've come up with a solution for them, then you tell them, yes, this is the solution I have in place for those problems. That is the thing. You have to have that discussion. Don't just initiate things that involve the lives of other people without carrying them along. You have to be very effective in your communication, and you're not giving it as an order. You're telling them that this is a solution. People want to know how beneficial something is to them before they can be part of it. So when you're telling them this is how this is going to benefit us as a family, you find out that it's easier for you to carry them along and them flowing with you than when you're just saying, this is the law, this is what it is, and you're putting it down. So communicate with all parties involved. 7th thing is be part of the plan to see its effectiveness. You cannot just set up a plan and extricate yourself from the plan without knowing whether that thing will work or not. For instance, let's say you have a nanny or a living maid or whoever that's living with you that's assisting you, and you're setting up a plan, and then you're just telling them, this is what I want you to do. You have not test run the plan to know whether it's effective or not, to see the problems that will arise. Because no matter how much you plan, there are some problems you will not foresee. You can only imagine that this is something that may occur as a problem. This is something that may happen as a problem. But until the plan begins to set, you begin to set the plans in motion, you can never really know that this is a problem. So you have to be involved in every stage of initiating the plan so that you know what the problems are and how effective it is and how to tackle it. Then the last but not the least thing you want to do to set up an effective plan is be consistent. You need to be consistent. If you're saying bedtime is 8 o'clock, let it be 8 o'clock. Not today. You're just feeling bad for the kids. You're like, oh, okay, let them just stay a little longer. 8:30. Especially at the starting stage when you've already established a routine. Once in a while, maybe based on things happening, maybe let's say a grandparent that they haven't seen for long visited them and they just want to hang out a little more, you can make room for that. There are times you can make room for that. But we're at that initial stage when you are still initiating your plan, please be consistent. Let your 8 o'clock be your 8 o'clock. If you're saying these children should only have a portion of ice cream once a week, let that portion be one for once a week. Whatever plan you are initiating, you have to stick to it. You have to be disciplined. It's not easy. Sometimes you're tempted to want to, bend a little. No, at that initial stage, you have to be tough. Thank you so much. I hope you have been able to learn one or two things from what I have shared. If you find this content useful, please do subscribe to our channel, share our videos so that other moms can learn from what we are sharing, like and also comment. Thank you.